An orange basketball has allowed me to travel the world for free. You're 15, you're 16, you're sitting in a park. Half the friends that you were hanging with last year are no longer there. And the choice now is, okay, I'm gonna utilize this tool, you know, and I'm gonna take it so that it can pave my life. I can go to university, and then I'm gonna take it and go play professional with it. It's crazy to think about it, man. My name is Manock Lual. I'm originally from South Sudan. I grew up in the Overbrook area. After growing up, I kind of went and played professional basketball. I was able to take that tool and kind of help the youth in my community and also other communities in Ottawa avoid some of the potholes and the things that I saw and navigate their lives so that they can use this tool to progress themselves as well.
Tell me about life in South Sudan.
Life was beautiful, you know, it was full of culture. It was so family oriented. It's different than being here in Canada, for example, because you were raised by the village as opposed to being raised by just your parent. So you couldn't go out there and just do something wrong. Everyone kept an eye on you. And then right away that goes from a very controlled environment into literally a war zone. My uncle told me a story called The Murder of the Intellectuals. There was a gathering of all of the university professors, people in politics, and there was a massacre and a killing. And he told me that he walked from South Sudan all the way to Congo, and they had to travel at night. For most families, when you first arrive in Canada, the challenges you're going to see come around understanding a new culture. When you go to a different country, you're not caught in your routine. You have to create new routines, almost like you're in a jungle. You're very alert. At 12 years old, 13 years old, everyone in the neighborhood knew where to get a gun. You start to see some of your friends start to sell drugs. You start to see some of your friends going down different routes. And that's a survival mechanism, right? Overbrook has changed. Back then, we didn't have those resources available. We didn't have therapy available. A lot of these people are coming from different countries and they have all this war trauma, literally seeing bodies, seeing different things, seeing humanity without compassion. So now you're seeing some of your friends get arrested. You're seeing some of them go down different paths. And I keep asking myself, why was I different? An orange basketball, believe it how crazy it is, man. That basketball was almost my compass because I knew I could have went down this route, especially those times where I wanted to. But there was leaders in our community that said, listen, you're destined for other things. We're not gonna allow you to take these paths. We're gonna take you, go play basketball. If you need shoes, we got you. If you need this, we got you. You talk about mental health, right? Although that wasn't something I was conscious of, I was conscious enough to know that I was very angry young, getting into a lot of fights, not understanding why I had all that rage, but then being able to put it into a healthy environment like basketball. I was almost celebrated for being ultra aggressive, ruthless, wanting to win, ultra competitive. You're celebrated for these things in the sport, but outside of the sport, you're a gangster, you're a thug, you're almost labeled in a sense. So this was in an environment where I can purge those emotions, and it was literally my tool for mental health, not knowing that it was my mental health. One thing that's been consistent in my life is starting from the bottom and working my way to the top. I graduated high school in All-Canadian, went to university, was on the all-rookie team, first team, second team All-Star, still actually hold the record at the University of Prince Edward Island for most rebounds and top 6 in points. We were on the first South Sudan team ever, me and my brother. At this time, we were just escaping the conflicts and the holy war between the North and the South. So our country really needed some positive news. We played in the Scandinavian games out in Vancouver and we won gold. I remember that night because we got a call from the president. He talked to us and told us about how proud he was. It sent a ripple through the country, had everyone being so proud to be from South Sudan. Doing it from a home that you left at such a young age and being able to put a stamp in history, I think that's something that's always gonna resonate. Went over to England and played for the Medway Park Crusaders, broke a few records over there as well. I came back to Ottawa and I actually got drafted first overall for the Ottawa Skyhawks, being the only drafted kid from Ottawa in that program.
Oh man, I love my city already. Now it's just time to make them love me.
Yeah, I did a lot of great things with the game. I have no regrets, man. After the Skyhawk experience, I was actually cut from that team. That's actually when I left the game of basketball. It was my final goodbye. My compass was basketball, so it kept me away from all the problems and all the things that I could have got involved in. Because again, like, I seen it, right? I seen what people can become without these supports in a sense. So I remember sitting with my best friend Pascal and him telling me, you know, we should start a basketball organization. And I said to him, actually, what are we gonna call it? He said Prezdential. Prezdential is an organization that uses different tools such as mentorship, leadership development, and basketball as a tool to engage so that we can build youth in our community and provide them with every opportunity for them to flourish. When I went away from school, I didn't know how to cook. I spent all my money on Subway. So how do we teach these kids that are going away how to find a home, how to cook? When you go away between the ages of 18 and 24, everyone's offering you a credit card. How do you take one and start building credit, but the right way? How do you apply for your SATs and write them? With Prezdential, the first year, we were able to connect 12 youth to full scholarship opportunities, and we were doing it for free as well. Now, 3 to 5 years later, we've done Peace in the Streets, which was a calling for the rise of gun violence that's happening in our community. We've done One Book Can Change Your Life, the power of a book in partnership with the Ottawa Public Library. Last year, our organization was responsible for delivering over 100 school academic credits through our program with the OCDSB. Our program has gone from just basketball and mental health pieces to actually attributing to education.
Movement is not complacent.
To me, I think my greatest achievement of success is holding on to my innocence. That child inside me, you know, that light. I always go back to Batman and Joker. You know, we think about Joker as the villain, but we don't think about what created the villain. And in our neighborhoods, the lack of resources and the lack of support and keeping people in a survival state, that is going to create our villain. So if we're able to intervene in the right time and allow them to see other pathways of success, this is the key to it, man. And I think that was the birth of Prezdential. I have created a niche where I get to be myself every single day, and I get to find and discover new versions of myself. And that's like the most beautiful thing. I am living in my purpose. I lived a beautiful life, and I'm gonna continue to live the years that I have left in a more beautiful way. And orange basketball, it's crazy to think about it, man.